Hello guys, this is Space Marine here to update you on the newest PvP build on the ladder. Alright, and today we're going to be playing on Prion Terraces, the best map in the map pool, because who doesn't like gold bases, am I right? Alright, anyways, we start the probe production as soon as we get into the game. The first probe is going to go down and build a pylon so we can make a wall, and it's going to go back to mine a little bit more. Alright, just make sure that the pylon is on the edge, because it's gonna be a full wall off. We're not gonna have a little choke where zealots can be held. It's gonna be a full wall, so we can block the scouting as well. Anyways, number 3rd probe from the Nexus is gonna go down and build the gateway, and then it's gonna go up and build an assimilator. Now I did kind of a mistake. This probe should go down and build the second gateway at 17, but instead I minded a little bit and rallied the next probe. But the only downside is that if he scouts after a pylon, then he's gonna be going inside your base and he's gonna scout everything. So if you build it sooner, then there's no way he can scout it. So that's what you want to be doing. Anyways, the build order should be 14 pylon, 16 gate, 16 gas, and then 17 gate, and afterwards the second gas when you can afford it. Alright, so with this you want to be going for adept pressure into Pheonix pressure. This build is very strong against most builds, but it's kind of weak against I would say Pheonix defend, where they skip the Mothership core to get the Stargate really fast. And it's also weak against Stargate and Dark Shrine. But those are like really uncommon builds. You don't often go for Stargate without a Mothership core, and you don't really go for Stargate anymore. It's really rare, but it happens like 1 in 100 games. Anyways, when this cyber core finish, we're gonna build 2 adepts and then a Stargate and 2 adepts more. So you want to be cut probes at 16 on the middle line, 3 on each gas. So we are gonna be, we're gonna be pretty precise with our minerals. We don't want any timing being delayed because we build a bit more probes, because it doesn't really matter how many probes you build after there are 2 on the middle line, because the 3rd one is only gonna mine 50%, and it's gonna take a while before they earn the minerals back. Anyways, we're gonna build 2 adepts, starport, and then 2 more adepts. And these adepts can the point of building the adepts is to scout around and harass and keep him at bay, so he's not gonna be pushing with the 4 stalkers. 4 adepts can challenge 2 stalkers without losing a single adept. But we did kind of a miss-micro, because I was streaming this game and I was trying to commentate at the same time, so it went kind of wrong. And you want to be focus fire one of the stalkers, and you want to be shading, cancel the shade on the ones that are not getting targeted, and then of course shade away with the one that's damaged. So this should have been running away, but we lost the adept early on, so we kind of lost the DPS, and that's why we lost the 2 adepts. Anyways, when you see stalkers pushing, then you should build stalkers, Phoenixes, and more gateways. Because mainly, when they push with stalkers, there's not gonna be any kind of Dark Shrine follow-up, because they can't really afford it. If they're pushing with stalkers, that means that they're gonna make a gateway push, or usually like a Stargate too. It can be, but Dark Shrine won't be. And expansion is very common. That's why I made the pylon, because stalkers require a lot of minerals and a little bit of gas. So he can choose to expand, because there's only 2 gateways. If he had 3 gateways, then it wouldn't have been an expansion. Anyways, this is how you defend a counter attack. You just have the Phoenixes at home to lift, and then you have 1 in the main to defend against the Oracle, as you can see, which is like super common when he's not pushing. If he was pushing with like more stalkers, then I would have thought it was a 4-gate, and I would have pulled the stalkers. But at this moment, as you can see, I'm holding, so this Phoenix is gonna go back and then defend against another possible Oracle. So this was kind of a mistake, I guess, because the second oracle is kind of uncommon, so I should just have pulled the Pheonixes. But you're still gonna respond the same way. Build Pheonixes, build stalkers, block the expansion so he is committed to this attack. So you know that you don't even need to take that expansion. You know that you are just gonna defend this, and that's why I have 4 gateways. Because I know if I hold this, I'm probably gonna win. Because if a macro game goes on and the opponent doesn't have blink, then Pheonixes are the best possible harass unit, and I'm gonna keep harassing, which means that if I hold this push, my Pheonixes are gonna win the game. So when you're getting pressured and doing this build Pheonixes, harass, and then just try to defend. You don't go for an expansion unless he goes for an expansion, because if you both go for an expansion, you're gonna be harassing. And that seems kind of unnecessary to make an expand and have harass units. So you're gonna delay your expansion until you see he have one. And as you can see, he doesn't have one. We are harassing with zealots, and the Pheonixes are lifting up, disabling the attack animation. And this is mainly what you want to be doing. Not expand until he expand, and we block this expansion so we know that this is an all-in. We're gonna pull back until we gain our energy, and then we're gonna fight. And this is how it should look. You see stalker pressure, you go for gateways. You shouldn't go for a robo. I see a lot of players go for a robo because they say that immortals are really, really good. But what they don't understand is that a robo costs 200 minerals and 100 gas. And on top of that, one immortal costs as much as 2 stalkers. And the third downside is also immortal take a long time to build, but they are very, very strong. So 3 downsides: it takes long to build, they cost as much as 2 stalkers, and the robotics facility also costs 100 gas and 200 minerals, while a gateway costs 150 minerals, which means instead of buying a robo, you can buy a gateway and a sentry. And then instead of buying an immortal, you can buy 2 stalkers. So you get a lot more units by buying a gateway instead of an immortal. But of course, if you're going for a second expansion, then it's better to go for the immortal. Though when you see this push coming from the stalkers, you want to be going for a gateway because you don't have the time to build an immortal. And of course, resources as well. You don't have the resources to go for a robo, so don't get tricked by the strength of the immortal. It costs too much early game, and of course it's very, very slow, while warp gate only takes 5 seconds. And immortal takes like 40 or 45 seconds. So when you get pressured, build 4 gateways, defend, wait till he's expanding, and if he's not expanding, like let's say he killed the Pylon, then you can put down an expansion just to, be safe. But if there's a Pylon, you see everything, you shouldn't go for an expansion. And this is how you play this out. Harass a lot, have Pheonixes, gather energy, kill all the units, defend, and don't go for a robo too fast, because I feel like if you go for a robo with a Stargate, you're gonna invest a lot of gas, and then he's just gonna overrun you with units, because production facilities takes a lot of resources too. So if you see a lot of gas, like we saw a Mothership, a lot of stalkers, that means he's probably not going Dark Shrine, because if you want to hit with a Dark Shrine, you're gonna see adepts. But adepts can also mean Stargate. So if you see adepts, let's say he also goes to 4 adepts, then you should be going for a robo. Unless you wanna go for Pheonix into Oracle, that's also an option. But mainly, that's how you respond. When you see adepts, you're gonna go Pheonixes, maybe a robo, just to be safe, if you haven't seen any Stargate units. After the third one, after the third Pheonix. And if you see stalkers, you go more gateways, and if you know he's not expanding, you're not gonna expand yourself. Alright, I hope this was a help, guys. If you have any question, make sure to write it in the description below. And of course, as always, thank you guys for watching.